At the same time, our security cooperation is driven by principles of free and open sea lanes of communication, of zero tolerance for terrorism, of peace building in Africa, and of creation of local capacity. India has been strengthening its partnership in multiple vectors. Recent transitions from Sagar to Mahasagar, the launch of IK May 2025, and a growing cooperation in anti-piracy as well as search and rescue and HADR operations. These are all a testament to our global commitment to peace and a stable Indian Ocean region, which is so important for Africa. As I noted earlier, India strongly advocates a greater voice for Africa in global institutions and indeed in global discourse. Driven by the spirit of South-South cooperation, we encourage participation of African nations in the International Solar Alliance, in the Global Biofuel Alliance, in the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, and in the International Big Cat Alliance. As a technology partner, India stands ready to share its own experiences of digital governance and India Stack. Our close collaboration with many African nations has already started yielding results, and the launch of UPI and digital national IDs, enabling digital payments and greater financial inclusion, are proof of this. Space-based technology solutions in weather forecasting, early warning systems, resource management, precision agriculture. These are all examples of how we can collaborate to accelerate realization of sustainable development goals. The success of initiatives like the Gati Shakti National Master Plan and the Bhuvan Geoportal are also examples of what India and Africa can do between them. In the recently adopted Waves Summit Declaration, which happened earlier this month in Mumbai, India is committed to partnering with African nations to harness the power of their youth and media for creating a mutually beneficial creative economy. Friends, the 3.5 million strong Indian diaspora in Africa has played a role as a living bridge between our two shores. We have extended e-tourist visa facilities to 33 African nations and improved direct air connectivity to promote trade, technology, and tourism. I believe that India and Africa must engage and work closely together. In this regard, as Excellency Dean, you also mentioned, we look forward to organizing the India-Africa Summit 4 very soon. We hope that the event would provide a more contemporary agenda of cooperation aimed at realizing Africa's priorities. Africa Day 2025 is being marked with the theme of justice for Africans and people of African descent through reparations. We in India can fully empathize with Africa's pain, having been subjected to loot, pillaging, and slavery ourselves by colonial powers. While nations of the world have regained their freedom, the legacy of the past remains strong in the global order. The inequities of the past are extrapolated into the unfairness of the present and the uncertainty of the future. The world has seen progress towards political reordering, but the economic, social, and cultural dimensions are far from being addressed. There has to be credible accounting of the past if the world is really prepared to move on. Friends, let me conclude with a quote from Prime Minister Modi, words that he said in Africa 7 years ago. He said, "If this is to be a century of nations rising together in freedom and equality, if this is to be an age when the light of opportunities dawns on all humans, if this is a time when a planet has a more hopeful future, then all of this magnificent continent of Africa must walk in step with the rest of the world. India will work with you and for you.